vine, swing my heart across the line, and my face is flashing signs to get out of my soul. I feel something so right, doing the wrong thing. I feel something so wrong, doing the right thing. Good life, good life, good life. Everything that kills me makes me feel lately. I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. Lately I've been praying hard, so no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Lately I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. Baby, I've been praying hard, said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Take that money, watch it burn, sing to the lessons I've learned. Take that money, watch it burn, sing to the lessons I've learned. Take that money, watch it burn, sing to the lessons I've learned. Take that money, watch it burn, sing to the lessons I've learned. Everything that kills me makes me feel lately. I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. Lately I've been praying hard, so no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Lately I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. Baby, I've been praying hard, said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars.
And what? Like in New York City, I'm 1,000 miles away, but girl, tonight you look so pretty, yes you do. Town's like and shine as bright as you, I swear it's true. Don't you worry about the distance, I'm right there if you get lonely. Hear this song, you know to listen, close your eyes. Listen to my voice, it's my disguise, I'm by your side. Oh, it's what you do to me. 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 What you do to me. Hey, Delilah, I know times are getting hard, but just believe me, girl, someday I'll pay the bills with this guitar. We'll have it good. We'll have a life we knew we would. My word is good. Hey, little Lila, I've got so much left to save. Every simple song I wrote to you would take your breath away. I'd write it all. Even more love with me, oh, we have it all. Oh, it's what you do to me. 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 What you do to me. Oh, thousand miles seems pretty far, but we've got planes and trains and cars. I walk to you if I had no other way. The boys would all make fun of us, and we'll just laugh along because they know we never ever felt this way. Delilah, I promise you that by the time we get through, the world will never ever be the same, and you're to blame. Hey, Delilah, say if every simple song I wrote to you would take your breath away, I'd write it all. You're more in love with me, you'll fall, we have it all.
Yes?
Henry, my dear Henry, could you be a dear and go fetch some water in that bucket right over there?
There's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. There's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza, a hole.
So fix it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. So fix it, dear Henry, fix it.
With what shall I fix it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I fix it, dear Liza? With what?
With straw, my dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. With straw, my dear Henry, dear Henry. With straw.
The straw is too long, dear Liza, dear Liza. The straw is too long, dear Liza, too long.
So cut it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear. Cut it, dear Henry. So Henry, cut it.
With what shall I cut it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I cut it, dear Liza? With what?
With an axe, oh dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. With an axe, oh dear Henry, dear Henry. With an axe.
The axe is too blunt, dear Liza, dear Liza. The axe is too blunt, dear Liza, too blunt.
So sharpen it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. So sharpen it, dear Henry, sharpen it.
With what shall I sharpen it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I sharpen it, dear Liza? With what?
Use the stone, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Use the stone, oh dear Henry, dear Henry. Use a stone.
The stone is too dry, dear Liza, dear Liza. The stone is too dry, dear Liza, too dry.
So wet it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. So wet it, dear Henry, wet it.
With what shall I wet it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I wet it, dear Liza? With what?
With water, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. With water, dear Henry, water.
Oh. And how shall I fetch it, dear Liza, dear Liza? Oh, how shall I fetch it, dear Liza? Oh, how?
Use the bucket, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Use the bucket, dear Henry, the bucket.
There's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. There's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza. Thank you. Thank you for putting up with that.
Thank you so much.
I don't really have time for interviews, but I'm going to just do this one and it's going to take 10 minutes. My name is Shanti Soundarajan. I'm an athlete, an Olympics participant. See, I never liked that word. I never liked the word participant, but I've always had to use it. Qualified due to unknown reasons. I've only read about it in the papers, politics and such. I don't really know much about it. But what I do know is that he wanted to make me a champion. And that he did. He did make me a champion. At 5 years old, I won my first race, my first running race. At 12, I was district champion. At 15, I was state, national, Asian Games, gold medals, all around. Not a single loss. I really was a champion. you'd think that my dad was proud of me. But my dad was a very strict man. He was a difficult man. He wouldn't really smile for the simple things. I still remember when I was 5 years old, I won my first running race and I had a little golden medal, and I went to him and I said, "Daddy, I won my first medal, Daddy." And do you know what he said? Do you want to know what he said? He said, "First golden medal. Good. Big deal. Go throw it in the dustbin and go practice." To me, no matter how much I did, no matter how many medals I won, this was the same case through district, state, Asian, national, everything. I would sit there at my track and I would have a red color stopwatch standing right next to me, and that's all he cared about. The numbers on that stopwatch. He would say, "Shanti, this time you need to beat your best time, or at least match it." And I really would. Every single time I would match it. Well, not every single time. Sometimes I couldn't. I was human. I'd have a bad day. But there were no bad days because he would just stop talking to me. That's it. For a week, he wouldn't even look my way until I made it a point to beat my time again. This is the training I was used to. I really didn't think I could make him happy until one day something came along my way and I really thought I could. I went up to him and I said, "Dad, I just got an email. It said that I've been selected for the Olympics. So we'll be going to Beijing." Olympics? You just got selected, right? You didn't win a medal or anything, right? And why are you standing here like you've won everything in the world? Don't care about that golden medal that you're going to win. The only thing that you care about is that world record that you're going to beat that nobody can beat. That's the kind of thing you need to care about, Shanti. Now go, practice. You think that he's just in a bad mood, but no, that really is my father. It's quite mean, but it worked. I won everything, didn't I? Right up until Olympics. I still remember that great day, that big day. I just woke up and opened the door and I picked up the newspaper and I saw that it was my face on the paper. My face, my dad's face, all of the medals that I had won, all of my records, everything. No athlete to beat me. It said India's golden hope. A lot of pressure. I got ready, I warmed up, I went onto the field. And I looked up. And what I saw was blinding. 65,000 people waiting to watch me run. I had seen 100, I had seen 200, I had seen 500, but I had never seen 65,000 people. And millions of TVs and millions of cameras, everyone watching me from all over the world. And then there was my dad standing right there beside me saying, "Shanti, look at the stopwatch. That's all you care about. Even today, all you need to do is break your record, the world record." No, the only thing that I didn't understand about that is why in the world do you put this much pressure on your children? Why? Why when they know what you want? Why when they've been working this hard to please you? What more do you want from them? But today wasn't the day. So I just got ready. I got on my track. 3, 2, 1, gunshot. I heard the gunshot and I ran. 50 meters, there were people beside me. 100 meters, nobody beside me. All I could hear were footsteps. 150 meters, it was just me and my heart. Everything just slowed down. I felt the good start. I felt like I was going to finish this and I was going to make it. And then suddenly, I felt a cramp in my leg and run again, another 50 meters, but the pain was just too much. I sat down. Suddenly I heard a lot of commotion. There was people all around me, and then someone came and then picked my hand and put it around their shoulder, and I 45-year dream for that man, and I did it. I didn't lose. I won.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Gayathri a big round. So may I request one of the artists if you could please go on stage and give a gift to Gayathri. Everybody, if you're hearing this announcement, make some noise. Come on, clap your hands for our wonderful Gayathri over here. Congratulations. If you could also, the other artist. We want our artists to honor another artist. If you could quick. Thank you very, very much. Vaayusastra, you guys were fabulous. Gayathri, you really moved us with your performance here again. They're from Art Mojo. Thank you very much.